What is Liam Gallagher's net worth? Who's his wife? What's his real name and what happened with Oasis and brother Noel? Liam Gallagher is now best known for his war of words with his brother and former bandmate Noel, as fans continue to dream of an Oasis reunion. We take a look at the life and loves of the mouthy former frontman. Here's the lowdown. Singer-songwriter Liam Gallagher was born in Manchester on September 21, 1972, the youngest of three boys. Now 44, Liam spends most of his time talking about how his band Oasis will eventually get back together and make more music eventually. Liam, who is the world's least likely Love Island fan, started his career in a band called The Rain in the early 90s. He originally wanted his brother Noel to be their manager, but Noel instead took creative control of the group, turning it into Oasis. The rest is history. Liam's vocals have become closely associated with the mood of the 90s and Oasis became one of the leading sounds in the Britpop genre. Liam Gallagher fans were left well and truly gobsmacked when it was revealed the star's real name isn't actually Liam. The 45-year-old's moniker whipped up a frenzy on Twitter when his birth name, William John Paul Gallagher, was outed by fans. His Irish parents Thomas and Peggy apparently opted to raise him as a Liam, seeing as that's an Irish shortening of the moniker. The singer's middle names John and Paul are an obvious Beatles tribute, which is no surprise considering Liam and brother Noel's obvious adoration for the Liverpudlian music legends. Fans who did not know Liam's full name are now making a meal of the bizarre revelation on Twitter. Some are teasing the occasionally hilarious tweeter by messaging William, asking how he is. Others are simply trying to cope with the revelation that Liam should really sign off all his tweets, as you were WGX. Oasis were without a doubt one of the biggest bands of the 90s. They burst onto the scene in 1994 with their record-setting debut album Definitely Maybe. They went on to sell over 70 million records worldwide and enjoyed sell-out arena and stadium tours across the world. But throughout their years as the kings of Britpop, the sibling rivalry and fighting escalated between Noel and Liam, both behind the scenes and in the public eye. In 2009 the final straw for the band came at the Rock Insane Festival in Paris when a fight broke out backstage between the two brothers, subsequently described by Noel as no physical violence but there was a lot of World Wrestling Federation stuff. This caused the gig to be cancelled at the last minute with Noel revealing the next day he had quit the band. He released a statement saying, "It is with some sadness and great relief. I quit Oasis tonight. People will write and say what they like, but I simply could not go on working with Liam a day longer." Given the volatile relationship that Liam and Noel have, it has seemed unlikely that Oasis will reform, with Noel telling Rolling Stone magazine last year he doesn't need the money. Last summer Liam tweeted, "Listen up, no Oasis reunion, our kid's not into it. I am his too busy being beige, new sounds on their way, stay cool and most of all relevant LG." After Oasis split in 2009 Liam formed his own band called BDI. The group consisted of former Oasis members Jem Archer, Andy Bell and Chris Shurik, but they ended in 2014. Liam released his first solo album As You Were in 2017, led by first single Wall of Glass, which sadly failed to get any key radio plays. Other tracks from the album include Paper Crown, Come Back to Me, It Doesn't Have to Be That Way, Greedy Soul and For What It's Worth. Two big producers he worked with were Dan Greg Margaret and Greg Kirsten, who have experience working with Adele and Radiohead. As You Were pre-order from Midnight LGXpic.twitter.com web link. It's out on now, and Liam is acutely aware that it could do battle with brother Noel's next album, due to come out a month later. Asked about this eventuality, Liam said, "Oh, I'm all for it. Listen, I'll go toe-to-toe with NEC. If that becomes a effing circus, then there's nothing new there, is there? I mean, I'm sure it'll, Noel's album, be effing amazing. But it just won't be more amazing than mine." Liam and Noel have had a very turbulent relationship through the years, which ultimately saw Oasis come to an end. Towards the end of the band's run, they chose not to talk to each other and traveled separately to concerts. Noel once described Liam as a man with a fork in a world of soup. But it's all kicked off again after Liam apparently didn't get an invite to Noel's forthcoming 50th birthday party. Liam has berated his elder sibling on Twitter after invites to Noel's cocaine-themed